Yes. Ready? This is Jeffrey Gentry, BPA, Bloodstain Pattern Analyst. Today I'm going to be doing a few drip stains with my own blood. I've had this for quite a while, so it's probably going to smell a lot, but it's good for doing experiments. And I like to use my own blood for experiments just so you can see what actual real blood looks like, so there's no doubt in your mind what real blood is going to look like at a scene. Using a pipette, so I'm going to make drip stains. Drip stains are just blood that falls off of an object, a bloody object, and it's going to fall to the ground under the influence of gravity only. So when it hits the ground like it did just now, it's going to make an approximately circular drop. Now this tile is a little textured, so that's why you see those jagged edges around the outside of that stain. Even though it fell from a not a very high up height, it broke that blood up into like those little jagged edges or little spines. It's going to indicate that it made contact with a rough surface. Okay, so we're going to make more of these here. And sometimes it can be called like a cookie cutter edge around the outside of that stain. So it's just indicating that it's not a smooth edge. So I'm going to make a few blood drip stains here. So you notice as each drop hits into that other growing blood pool, it creates what is called a blood into blood effect. And so those little satellite stains are coming out of that parent stain, and it's creating that interesting and unique pattern that is characteristic to blood falling into other blood. So it's called a blood into blood pattern. And it a lot of times is seen at crime scenes when a victim who's bleeding is standing upright. They stop for a little bit, but they're still bleeding, and so their blood is just continuously, like I'm doing here, falling into their own blood. So if they're bleeding fast, like we do a lot of drops here, you get the same effect as if a lot of blood falls into this pool here. So I'm going to fill up my pipette again, and I'm going to keep going because I want you to see what these blood into blood patterns actually look like as they're being created. So this is going to be very unique to this type of scenario where blood is falling into other blood. This is the only mechanism that's going to create this pattern. Another thing that I'm going to do while I have this blood pool is I'm going to make some pattern transfers. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to step in this blood source, and it might create what looks like a little impact pattern. So force into blood is going to create impact spatter. Not too much, but you can see where there's spines and stains coming out from this blood pool. Now here you can't really make out that it was a footwear impression, but if you look back where I stepped in between, you can definitely tell that this was made by footwear. So each step that I take, there is less and less blood on the bottom of my shoe, and so that's why you see a fainter impression. When you get way out here, after multiple drops or after multiple contacts, the blood is going to be not even visible at some point. Okay, so if you have somebody leaving a bloody crime scene, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see more blood at the beginning where they stepped in the blood pool, and then less and less blood as they're leaving the scene. And when you get way out there, you might have to use some enhancing reagents to actually visualize those blood stains. So it's a little hot out today, so the blood is already starting to dry up. But I'm going to use another vial of blood, and we're going to move over to a gravel type surface. So we're going to see what the blood looks like on gravel. So we'll go ahead and stop for now. Red dot.